y'all, it's your girl Ord here with another video. So this is gonna be a foundation review. So I got the new Can't Stop, Won't Stop NYX foundation. So we're gonna try it out. I got 3 shades. Cause I wasn't sure, like it's so many colors, like 45, like are you kidding? That's freaking beautiful. Like it's wonderful when you go to buy a foundation and you can't find your shade because there's too many, not because it doesn't exist. It's freaking awesome. So I got, what is this? I got Warm Caramel, I got Almond, and I got Warm Honey. So they all look the same, but it's like they all have different undertones. So I'm not really sure which one we'll use. But as you can see, I got my chest out so that we can swatch it and see what works. So first, this one is Warm Caramel. So this one looks like it's too light. Yeah. This may be my, that may be my winter shade. But I'm still tanned, so that doesn't work for me now. Let's try this one. This one is Almond. Alright, I thought that one would be, this one has a, this first one I use, which is Warm Caramel, seems to be more neutral. And then this one, Almond, seems to be more golden. And then I have Warm Honey. Let's see what this one is looking like. This one looks to be just too light altogether. So I think I'm gonna go with this first one here. If you guys can see, it's starting to, it's drying down and it's like it's blending in better. So yeah, I'm gonna use that one. That one was, which one was that one? No, that one was Warm Caramel. Or was it Warm Honey? We'll figure it out. All right, so I definitely had to watch the video back to see which color I started with. But it was Warm Caramel, so that's what we're gonna use. I didn't buy the primer. Reason being is everyone who used the primer said how drying and mattifying it is. And even though I have oily skin, I mean, I like a mattifying primer, but I don't like it to dry down so much. I don't wanna, like for 4 hours out of the day, my face is looking powdery and dry until my oils break through. You know, like I want a nice finish right from the start. And I find that that's my problem, is I get that dry look for so long. Like it's not like an hour, it was like 4 hours. So I'm like, screw that. Let me use my holy grail. What I would use with any foundation is my Professional Matte Rescue. So let's, some people put their primers only in the areas where they think they need it, but I find that put it all over, it gives you like a nice, clean, even surface to start with. Clean canvas to start with. So I'm gonna start off with 2 pumps. I don't wanna overdo it because normally on a daily basis, that's what I would wear. I would just only wear 2 pumps of my Fenty. So let's see how this works. Let's see. And I'm gonna use my NYX buffer brush to apply it. I love this brush. I use it with everything. Yeah, I was right for using this shade. Well, it blends really, really well with this brush. And it looks like it's, I'm liking the finish. And it's pretty, it's like medium coverage. Well, as I said, I'm not using very much. I just put 2 pumps on the back of my hand and I'm using it from there. Because with this foundation, with my Too Faced Born This Way foundation, all of them I only use 2 pumps. So I don't like that cakey feel where it's like you feel you got a freaking mask on all day. Alright, so far this is just 2 pumps, not even. I still have a little left on my hand. And I like the coverage. I like the finish. It's really, it dries down quick. So far, I like the finish. It's really, it makes your skin, it blurs out your imperfections. It does dry down really matte. Like, that's for sure. Really, really matte. 1 second, let's do a tissue test. Let's see how that works. I'll be right back. All right, clean white tissue. Let's see. Alright, so the tissue is clean. So that's pretty damn matte. Alright, that's what I like. So let's finish up this face. Let's see how it works with everything else. So here's my, I'm gonna use my Born This Way Sculpting Concealer, my new favorite. Do it all one time. And as I said, I like to conceal my eyes and everything and powder it all down. That way I don't then have to prime my eyes from my eyeshadow. Takes away a step. This is my Kat Von D Lock-It Foundation in the color Deep 72. This is what I use to contour with. Oh, this is my Real Techniques contour brush. let's contour my nose. This is my Luxie brush in the number 249. I love this brush. So let me do the rest off camera and I'll be back with my final thoughts. All right, y'all, so this is the finished look. So let me zoom in a little bit more. And spectacular, just something I would wear on a daily basis. So about the foundation. I like the foundation. The thing is though, when they say matte, like they really truly do mean like true matte. When I tell you I had to spray so much setting spray so that I wouldn't look like a freaking, so that it would melt into my skin. I mean, that's not a bad thing, but you just have to know how to finesse the makeup in order to make it look the way you want it to look. Because like somebody else, it might look kind of casket ready and then they don't know how to fix that. But just by spraying setting spray and melting it into your skin, it gives it a more skin-like finish. It gives it, it just looks better. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna wear this to work. So this, what are the claims? It says up to 24 hours. No one's gonna wear their makeup for 24 hours. And if you do, well, I mean, I wouldn't. I love my skin too much to wear makeup for 24 hours. But what I am gonna do is, I will wear it for 12 hours. So what I'm gonna do is, after I wear this makeup to work, see how it holds up all day long. I'm not gonna blot, I'm not going to powder. I'm just gonna let it do what it does, and then I'll come back and give you guys an update. So that'd be like a 12-hour wear test. So that should be pretty good, a pretty good representation of what the foundation does. So, I'll be back. Y'all, so, this is the end of this wear test. So I've had this makeup on, I did my makeup at 6:30 in the morning, and right now it is 9:04 at night. So, this foundation definitely got a full, complete wear test. Like, I wore it all day to work. After work, I went to Target, did all kinds of shit. So, what is it? I've had this makeup on since 6:30 in the morning. It's 9:30 now. 12, 15 hours. About 15 hours I've had this makeup on. And I can say, I like the consistency, I like the foundation. Well, let me say this. I did say that I wouldn't powder or I wouldn't blot, but it was 95 degrees in New York City today, so that was not an option. I had to powder and I had to blot, or else I would be a freaking oil slick melting down my freaking shirt. Like, it was so unbelievably hot. So this foundation went from home to the bus to the train and the hot ass train station. Anybody you know about New York train stations in the summertime? What? It's like standing in the middle of a freaking oven. It's absolutely horrible. So this definitely got a wear test. What I will say is this: I like the foundation. I like the consistency. It's giving me Fenty vibes, meaning it. Even when I was oily, it wasn't separating. It wasn't like moving away from where it's supposed to be. It still stayed in place all day, regardless of anything. Also, what I did was, because when I first wore this makeup yesterday, when I recorded the first part of this video, I used my Benefit primer. Which one is it? I used the Professional, right? Which is good at mattifying. But I found that with that foundation, it was too mattifying. That is why I didn't want to buy the primer that came with the foundation, because I felt like it would just be too mattifying. So I didn't use that today. I use my Fenty primer today because it's more like, even though it's like a soft matte, it's still not as matte as that. So I didn't have to have that ghostly powder look for so long until my natural oils broke through. So I do like the foundation with the Fenty primer though. What I don't like is, for some reason, it seems like I can't find my shade. I don't know what I need to do to find it. It just seems like none of these foundations have golden enough undertones. Like, how do I explain that? It's like, this foundation feels to me like it's for a really tanned Caucasian person. Like, the undertones are just all wrong, and that was one that matched my skin. I thought the closest. Anything else would be just entirely too light or entirely too dark. So that's my only trouble, is actually finding my shade. But other than that, I love the consistency. I love how it wears. I love the fact that it's not separating like around my nose, because this is where the most oil is. And as you can see, it's not separating. And I've had this makeup on for how many hours now, and it's not separating around my nose, like smile lines, like it's not underneath my eyes. It hasn't budged. Even with all me sweating and being in the freaking hot ass train stations, with me, side note, I went to get gas, couldn't open, for some reason, random out of nowhere, the freaking gas shit that you press and you're supposed to pop open, and just wouldn't open. So I'm fumbling with that at the gas station. Finally it did open. Like, through all of that, the makeup still is wearing well. So I would recommend the foundation, but I would recommend that you go to the NYX store and be matched for your color. Don't order this foundation online. You can't compare it to other I'm not able to compare it to other foundations. Normally Almond is never my shade. It's never even my summer shade. So for this to be Almonds, it's pretty weird that this is the color that I got. Anyway, like I said, I recommend it. Definitely a thumbs up. Just make sure you go to the store and be matched for it. So if you liked this wear test and review of the NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop Foundation, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.